For centuries, the term barbarian was used by the Romans to describe anyone who did not share their culture, language, or customs, particularly the tribes living along the empire's borders. Over time, the barbarians became a constant threat to Rome, leading to conflicts, unstable alliances, and eventually, the fall of one of history's greatest empires. To the Romans, the barbarians were diverse tribes like the Goths, Vandals, Huns, Franks, and Saxons, each with unique customs, languages, and social structures. Though often seen as uncivilized for their lack of urbanization and focus on war, they had complex and organized societies that Romans didn't fully understand. The barbarians primarily inhabited the northern and eastern regions of Europe, especially what we know today as Germany, Scandinavia, and Eastern Europe. For example, the Goths, of Scandinavian origin, migrated southward in search of better lands and resources, while the Franks were based in what is now France. Others, like the Huns, came from the Asian steppes, likely from Mongolia, and reached Central Europe through vast migrations, driven by the need for pastures and a desire to conquer new territories. Starting in the 3rd century, the barbarian tribes began threatening the Roman borders. Some, like the Visigoths, were initially allies of the empire. However, the relationship was tense, and Roman policies, which included taxation and abuses against the barbarian people, led to growing resentment. This culminated in the sack of Rome in 410 AD by the Visigoths, led by Alaric. This event shocked the empire, marking the first time in centuries that the Roman capital had been taken by foreigners. Meanwhile, the Huns, led by Attila, were expanding their own domain from the east, pushing other tribes into Roman territory. This process, known as the barbarian invasions, was, in fact, a mass migration of peoples constantly pressuring Rome's borders. In 455, the Vandals also sacked Rome, seizing treasures and further revealing the vulnerability of the city. Finally, in 476 AD, the last Roman emperor of the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic leader Odoacer, marking the end of the Western Roman Empire. Far from merely destroying, the barbarians established kingdoms in former Roman territories, and over time, blended their customs with those of ancient Roman civilization, shaping medieval Europe. Despite their reputation as destroyers, the barbarians did more than just bring about the fall of Rome, they also contributed to a new era. As they settled in the conquered territories, they absorbed Roman influences in areas like administration, religion, and law. Christianity, which began to spread among the barbarians in the 4th and 5th centuries, united many of these peoples under a common faith, becoming the cultural bond of Europe in the Middle Ages. In summary, the barbarians and their relationship with Rome transformed the fate of a continent. What began as a cultural clash ended up laying the foundation for future European civilization, uniting ancient tribes and territories under new kingdoms that inherited, in part, the grandeur of the Roman Empire.